What's going on, FG fam, and welcome to another episode of the Washington football franchise here on Madden 20. Now, the Madden 20 cycle is coming to a close, so you've seen the last of gameplay for this series. However, we still want to see what some of these players' careers end up to be. Roman Gaines is going to stay on the team, so is Donovan Stallings. He'll be here for the duration of his career. We've made a couple trades here, getting a first-round pick for Craig Coffey, who really never panned out ever since we selected him. So we trade Craig Coffey and a fourth-round pick for a first. We also trade Sherrod Triplett to the New York Giants with a fourth to get a first and a sixth back. So acquiring some draft picks, we do sign George Kittle in free agency. I only offered him to keep him away from the Green Bay Packers, but he ends up signing with us as we take a look through some of the free agent signings here at the end of Season 7. Going into what would be Season 8, Ramon Jacoby finds a new team at running back. So there are some interesting call-outs here, and I will do those along the way. John Ross, a 49er. There are some other guys who did find some new homes in some interesting spots. But make sure you guys drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you are new to the channel for the love of franchise content, because it is all we do here, and Madden 21 is coming up. There will obviously be a franchise mode team reveal to come later this week, Friday, I believe. Daquan Bodden becomes a Falcon. Ambrose goes to a new team. So does Rudolph. So 3 tight ends who used to be Washington players going to new teams in this offseason. Joe Thuney, a Raider. Roland Overton, one of our old guys. He's going to the Broncos. We couldn't keep everybody. We just cannot afford to keep everyone on the team all the way through. But we have to keep the main guys. Drew Hobart is going to end up a Ram, so he finds a new starting home for himself as we continue on through the look of this free agent class. Now to right end, left outside linebacker Khalil Mack, a Brown, TJ Watt, a Patriot. I don't really like seeing that, but, you know, it is what it is at this point. I clearly am not a Patriot supporter, but it happened, so we have to live with it. Jawan Bentley going to the Saints. There are some other interesting players here. Raekwon McMillan becomes a Bear. Kazir White is an X-Factor. I didn't even know that he was one, but he finds himself a nice contract. Rock Ya-Sin there. The Jacksons. Xavier Howard to the 49ers. That is an interesting signing for them. They did a lot of work in this offseason. Trey Winborn becomes a Bear as well. Him and Ramon Jacoby both become Bears in this offseason. So, interesting. Travis Kelce, a Jet. So we do acquire the #1 overall pick for a second-rounder, right tackle Young, and a first-round pick 23. We also acquire the 3rd overall pick for Yates, who was a backup end that we weren't going to re-sign at the end of the year, a 3rd and a 6th. Into the draft we go. The #1 pick, Lucas Waldron out of Texas. Hook 'em horns! He becomes a new offensive lineman for the squad, a 76 hidden. There's not a bad thing about Lucas Waldron. Definitely a polished player, and we can just let him grow with us. Carlos Myers is another guy we want to bring in at strong safety. Had a nice combine, 77 hidden. That is a good player. We will bring him in. 91 speed, 77 zone coverage. He's got enough hip power. He's got great awareness, and he can catch. So you love to see that. Then we're going to trade up for the 6th overall pick from the 26th pick. A 3rd-round pick and left tackle Khalil Tatum going to the Steelers for that. And that will allow us to select right end Jameson Barrington. And he is a 77 hidden, #5 in true talent. He's a 77 across the board. Very balanced player and a very good player. Speed is one of his weak points. Speed and agility. But man, he's got so many skills as a pass rusher. He can really take over. Then there's Kyle Newell. who is a guy we are going to take to be our backup quarterback of the future, as Barry Van Buren will never leave. Kyle Newell will probably play like 4 years with us and then disappear. 88 speed, though. He totally fits the mold of a Barry Van Buren, so that's cool. Will Cotton going to get traded away here with a 4th round pick. He will go to the Bengals for 18 overall, which we will use to retool the corner we traded away before and select Jeffrey McKinley, the 22-year-old. 77 hit at number 3 in true talent, taken at number 12, 92 speed. More of a zone guy than a man guy, not much of a press guy either. But if he builds up well, he can really be a player. Then Harvey Atkins coming to the squad at D-tackle. We took him at number 15. He is number 2 in true talent, a 78 hidden. Another guy we really wanted to bring in with that elite strength, 93 strength. He's got the power moves as well. Solomon Norwood at strong safety, a zone strong safety out of the Minnesota Golden Gophers, ranked number 38, taken at 49. So we wanted to bring in more depth at the safety position. Then we have Stephon Duval, who we bring in as a 66 hidden out of North Texas. Ranked number 83 in true value. We took him at 76. That could be a value for us, though, because he's got the development. And we bring in Isaiah Stringer for some O-line depth because we totally needed it after trading away a couple backup linemen in this offseason. 92 strength. He's very raw, but a player we can work with. D-tackle Angel McCann is another guy we wanted to bring into the squad. Ranked number 29 in true talent. We get him as more of a late-round gem. Same thing here at left tackle with Deron Burgess. 71 overall. He's taken as the 26th ranked player in the draft. And we will bring him in for more depth. You know what? We have a pick here later on as well. Eli Parrish is another guy we were interested in really late in the draft. A 70 overall, more depth for us. A lot of those guys will probably go on the practice squad. We're flipping fullbacks here. There was a goated fullback in Tomlinson in this draft. We will trade Quinones, who is expiring soon, with a 4 and a 7 to get him. And then we get number projected 29 overall in 2027 for King, who we no longer need and had to get rid of. We sim the season. Jeffrey Moore out 3 weeks, Spicer out for 4, and Gregory done for the year with a complete MCL tear. This is how the season went. Panthers, we beat them 17-14, beat the Giants 31-10, beat the Cowboys 17-10, beat the Texans 38-17, then we lost to the Eagles. Beat the 49ers, beat the Seahawks. We had a crazy game there, 20-15. We win that one. We had a tough opening game against the Super Bowl champion Carolina Panthers. We also defeated the Cowboys in a tough 17-10 game, 41-7 over the Cardinals before going into the bye. We tied Tyler Morris and the Lions. They had a couple big quarters. We kind of stood consistent in scoring throughout. Then we turned around. We had a big win, 28-3 over the Rams, big win over the Giants. Then we lost 3 straight. Jaguars, Cowboys, and Colts all proved to be tough for us. We beat the Eagles by 3, and we beat the crap out of the Titans to end this season. Sorry, Kaz. This was a crazy game. The Dallas game erupted. It was 7-3 going into the fourth quarter, and then absolutely lit up in the fourth for both teams. So, little bit surprising there. So, a very interesting year. Let's take a look at the records. The Ravens win the AFC. Titans and Colts will both make the playoffs, so that's good for them. The Jets win the East at 8-8. Raiders 12-4. Chiefs go 10-5-1. Lions and Vikings. Lions are the top seed in the NFC with 2 ties at 11-3-2. They tied us. Buccaneers win the South. We win the East by virtue of weird tying procedures here. The Eagles go 10-4-2. A lot of ties in the league this year. Cardinals win the West. So, very interesting. We go into the wild card. Colts at Titans, Vikings at Bucks, Chiefs at Jets, Eagles at Cardinals. So, it is the Colts 31-10 over the Titans. Vikings lose to the Bucks in overtime. They score 3, but the Bucks get a TD. Bucks also scored 21 just to tie the game and get it to OT, so big win for them. Chiefs win in overtime over the Jets. Jets came back in the fourth quarter, but the Chiefs with a big TD. And then the Cardinals over the Eagles to prevent us from having to play against a division rival. So Colts at Ravens, Cardinals, Lions, Chiefs, Raiders, and Bucks and us. We take a look at that Bucks game against us. This one, I wanted to do more highlights and watch more games. There's an interception by Dave Zimmerman. He's going to take it all the way back to the 24-yard line. But as I was saying, I wanted to do more highlight-style videos like this, but you're probably not going to see as many watch games as I had planned on giving you guys just because of the way this game went. It was extremely weird. I did not like the way the sim engine did this. It actually did it worse than my FGFL series, which is on Twitch, where we watch games. There's a fumble right there, and Vita Vea going to pick it up from Barry Van Buren. So Washington gets nothing out of that. On 3rd and 5, though, Winston brought down in the end zone for a safety by Bronto Battle. So yeah, like I was saying, I don't like the way this game went at all, and you will see why at the very end. Here's a big throw by Van Buren. That is intercepted by Sean Murphy Bunting. He has 2 interceptions on the game. So Winston on a 3rd and 14. He is going to yeet one up there, and that is intercepted by Brown. He is a man who is taking over in this franchise since we drafted him. And that would end the third quarter at 5-3. So if you don't get my point already about how the sim engine is going, I would rather see like a 17-10 game or something right now. But like 5-3, this was like really tough to sit through. Here's the Buccaneers with a chance to take the lead with the 27-yard field goal. It is good. They take a 6-5 lead over Washington. So now Van Buren has got to do some work, and Mason Sams gets it done for him. Downfield, he would finally get caught at the 12-yard line. It would lead to this chip shot 22-yard field goal, and that would make it 8-6. So now Tampa still has a chance going down the other way with just over 4 minutes to play. There's a little dump off to OJ the Juice Man Howard. Unfortunately, he would get injured and come out of the game. Now a 3rd and 11 for Tampa, and Winston gonna get brought down. Donovan Stallings for the 2nd time on the night. So Tampa makes a field goal with 2:07 to go. They take a 1-point lead at 9-8. So Washington has a chance. They're in Tampa territory. Here's Van Buren just gonna sit there and wait for the big sack to come along. Now a 4th and 11. Van Buren yeeting one up, and that is incomplete. So that is how we end this game. 9-8. Van Buren 21-28 for 245, 2 picks. Winston 15 of 18. He had 2 picks too. Just a lot of not really fun things to watch. Mason Sams 1 catch, 63 yards. 2 sacks for Stallings, 1 for Battle. That was the fun thing to watch. And it's always cool to see Zimmerman and Brown doing their thing out there. Forced fumble there, and a recovery for Vita Vea. So we look at the end of season stats. Barry Van Buren over 3,000 yards. Jeffrey Moore does not make it to 1K, and it's probably been due to injury. Buda McKenzie almost with as much running yards as he had. Randy Redd was the leading receiver at 701. So that's that. On the offensive line, though, a lot of good play there, honestly. Nobody with more than 8 sacks given up on the season. We had 19 sacks from Donovan Stallings, 11.5 from Bronto Battle. So after that 24.5-24 season for the two guys, they slow down production just a little bit. Nothing too crazy on the interception front. Christian Kaufman goes 10 of 14 on the season. Malcolm Camp, decent punting. Kick returning, nothing too special on the season. Lamar Jackson wins the MVP. And we'll just look at our NFC side. Pool for offensive rookie, offensive player of the year. Defensive player of the year, Donovan Stallings. Poole also wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie, Carlos Myers was really close. He just didn't get there. Running back, nowhere close. Receiver, nowhere close. O-line, I mean, we had a couple guys there. We got the win. And Donovan Stallings gets the win. Keon Wild was second in best DB. So we had some guys do some things. We have a chance to make some Pro Bowls here. Williamson, who we gave away, made the Pro Bowl. Taking a look to see if we can actually get anybody. Our boy Daquan Bodden made it. Ryan Medical made it. Andrews made it. Costello. So we got 3. Battle, Stallings, it's 5. We also get Keon Wild, that makes 6. So not a ton of Pro Bowlers. Malcolm Camp, that makes 7. So we got 7 Pro Bowlers this season as we continue to go on through these matchups. Look at the Ravens, 24 points in the second half to come out on top, 38-35 over the Colts. Lions in overtime, 27-24 over the Cardinals. The Chiefs over the Raiders, 28-21. So they will move into the AFC title game. And here are the conference championships. The Chiefs over the Ravens, 31-28 in a second half comeback. And then the Lions over the Bucks, 24-21 in another second half comeback. So a couple comebacks there. Would be a Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl in which the Chiefs would take them down 28-18. So Tyler Morris still hasn't won a Super Bowl. He wasn't playing for Washington. Pat Mahomes, 197, 3 touchdowns. Morris, over 200, but a touchdown and a pick. Tyreek Hill had 2 TDs from Patty. Terry McLaurin, another former Washington player with a touchdown in the game. Cool to see. They also have Montez Sweat on that team. Yates is a Chief. He had 2 sacks in the Super Bowl. So good to see Yates succeeding in a starting role on a different team and winning a Super Bowl. Good for him. So we will move into the next offseason and complete season. I will do probably 3 videos more like this, and then give you guys a special end of the series top plays and look at the record books and the Hall of Fame. So if you're interested, please make sure you drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for the love of franchise gaming, because that is all we do here. We can build a winner together. Stay tuned for Friday for the Madden 21 franchise announcement. I hope you did watch and enjoy the top teams to rebuild in Madden 21 franchise. If you didn't, that video is right here, so watch it now.